Who the hell?
ノコギリから建物まで何でもおっしゃってくださいっす。ありがとうございます。ご活用くださいっす。
なんか欲しい？言ってみ。合法的に入手できない品物が
ルフィのショップに来てくれてありがとう。お買い上げあざーす。
何かお探しですか？私がただいまより任務を実行します。シミュレーションオーバークロックでちゅ抜けちゃいそう。何がオーバークロックよ。つまんない。エニックに会ってみたいって気持ちをせっかくオーバークロックしたのにこんなにつまんないなんて。ふんった。シミュレーションルームはあるニケが作ったゲームを見て面白そうだったから作ったんだけど、まさかずっとここで過ごすことになるなんてね。シミュレーションルームはせっかくオーバークロックしたのにこんなにつまんないなんて。ふんった。エニックに会ってみたいってせっかくオーバークロックしたのにこんなにつまんないなんて。ふんった。いい感じ。次の勝負も期待してるね。ほら最後まで頑張ってたちゅ。負けちゃいそう。何がオーバークロックよ。つまんない。
全霊を捧げて癒してあげるよ。この風がどうか勝利をもたらしてくれますように。本当に大好きです。
さっさと始末して帰ろうぜ。ちょっとタイム。あの服マジでだるいな。とっとと終わらせようぜ。今日の私どう？セクシーすぎるか？
この風がどうか勝利をもたらしてくれますように。指揮官服が この風がどうか勝利をもたらしてくれますように。この
セブンスドワーフフルアクティブ貫け。さっさと始末して帰ろうぜ。
頑張りました。褒めてください。
Interception.
まだパーティーは終わってねえよ。勝利に酔いしれる暇はない。まだパーティーは終わってねえよな。さっさと帰って最後まで楽しま。
アーク最高のエンターテイメントアリーナへようこそ。今から競技をスタート。競技場を総なめしていますよ。今から競技をスタート。競技場を総なめしていますよ。今から競技をスタート。ああ、惜しい競技でしたね。エンターテイン今シーズンのライジングスター。レディー。勝者はズバリですよ。
これは何ですか？プレゼント？それは何ですか？
うちにくれんの？ありがとさん。しんり。おじさん最高です。 美味しいものをおごってくれる
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
7号は何度あっても
For you too. Four. I only know that I finished two. Yesterday there was a third. Let me see something. These two were like score and then how am I missing? I am missing at least one. I don't remember how. Finished two yesterday. I finished one. I don't remember. I don't remember. Who did I do yesterday? There's something fishy going on. Wait, who was it? Yes, I need to find more Nikkes to advise. I'm running out of current. That was that.
勝ちました。さすがです、指揮官。見たでしょ、言葉で解決できないことはないんだから。
Actually, it is the last day, so I should use my resources.
私の話がもっと聞きたくなるはずよ。そう思わない？私の話がもっと聞きたくなるはずよ。
Yes. Now we go for dialogue. D1AL-ogue.
「
rising sun, I've started dividing my days by payment of wells and insufficient funds. The light monopolized by Sunshine Corp has replaced the sun, and most things are sold with price tags. I wish beer was the only thing I had to pay for. Right, the price of beer went up again recently. Everything's going up, except for two things, the sun and my income. But Michelle, everything comes at a high price except for the value of labor. But I can find some stability at least while I'm working. When I drift here after we parted ways, I thought my competence was a reason for a breakup. This looks like a person. Could it be a bad person? That thought still weighs on me. I can say things are completely different now, but here, at least while I'm holding onto my work, that weight lifts just for a moment, regardless of how much I earn. For that time, at least I have the assurance that I won't collapse. The people I meet, the conversation we have, and what I come to feel. Okay, this is person, this is the title, this is us for sure. I want to tell you about it. On the second floor of a commercial district, slightly away from the city center, repair clinic D1AL-ogue, a place where the outside noise recedes with just a few words of small talk. Don't criticize my naming skills, because in Chroma City they keep estimates for hair, breaks, and charge for repairs. December 14. Michelle Lane. I said the name is totally lame. And Chris, did you have a beer? What's with the sentimental nonsense this early in the morning? I was thinking about a customer from yesterday, and I couldn't help it. He came in saying his portable virtual chip was stuck, but maybe it was activated during repairs, because he started running around the room like crazy, singing a leather belt at me. Thanks to him, my tile equipment almost hit the dust too. That's because you have such a shady online name. Only customers fitting that description would show up. Ha, don't tell me. You are talking about the oasis of Chroma City, bathed in neon lights. D1AL-ogue Repair Clinic. Repair Clinic is an all-around sanctuary that provides not just a quick and accurate repairs, but also emotional stability through comfortable conversation. That shady name is exactly why Eve's needing repairs turn away and go elsewhere. Emotional stability for Eve's. That feels like shady and more like creepy. Is that why you habitually make Eve's wet themselves? To be precise, is the act of discharging overheated coolant. Your phrasing is misleading. Okay, so Eve's must be some type of Nikke Android thingy. Same difference. Control scheme, H high, B backlook, tap phone. No tap. What do you mean safe difference? You are probably the one who describes it like that. Stop spouting nonsense so clearly and check your equipment already. Are you not opening for new business today? You used to love stories like this. crap. Seems like the hangover from yesterday's beer is still pretty bad. And speaking of the use, why don't you replace the outdated equipment in your repair clinic using a dial with D1AL? With D5AL is already out, is disrespectful to them. What you are overlooking is that the XAL equipment is strictly specialized for diagnosis. This diagnostic performance was so good from the first generation that even with the fifth generation, it hasn't improved dramatically. Then what's the difference? The main advancements are in unit synthesis, convenience in the synthesis process, overclocking synthesis part, firmware modifications, etc. However, I can make up for the dial lagging synthesis performance purely with the touch of my fingertips. That's actually kind of impressive. Crucially, if I upgrade to a newer generation, why? Is there an extra subscription fee? There would be no point in having registered as the business as Dial1 and D1AL-ogue. Dial-ogue. Doesn't seem to get it. A little wit breeds vitality into a very life. And also, seeing this strangely named repair clinic operating normally, I guess your skills really are unquestionable. Then, it should be a brief if I solely test you with the standard DXAL practical level 1 mod maintenance, right? How do I go? Practice repair. Prove myself wrong about your skills. Target moves 20. It's been a while since the last mod It's been a while since the last mod maintenance. Let's take it step by step. Play tutorial. I already know all about this. Let's get this over with quickly. Skip tutorial. Wait. Power source acting as the unit current supply energy required for operation handles the tunnel. Logic unique frame calculation neural unit devices collect external information. Power binary logic speed neural places with adjacent mobile up, down, left, right. Battery moving modules uses dial battery. If you use up the battery, you can't move anymore. Let's try moving a module. So you want me to move it. Just replace the synthesis and connect to the colors and replace it. Now place the requirement modules locations. Simply. Care subscriber. I knew you'd understand. I only understood that you have a difficult customer. Could you speak a little bit more clearly? They say he's a big wig from Sunshine Corp. He claimed his mere visit is a favor to this crap shop and threatened that he could turn off all the neon shines in this district with a single word. A different routine every day. He and me have today is not like yesterday. Shut up. Anyway, thanks to that big shot, it's been nothing but the new stability offices faces all morning. Those guys are hard to find when you actually need them, but they sound like rats for this. I thought there was a terrorist attack or something, so that's what happened. What brings such a person to a backwater like this? I don't know the details, but it seems he came to negotiate with the manager of this commercial district. Something about increasing the neon shine subscription fees around here starting next month, and removing the free neon shine streetlights. Controlling the light, his actions are just like Mrs. Blind. See why I brought a buff girl? If Mrs. Blind has appeared in reality, then a magical pie driver isn't out of the question either. Can you go and try it? It's way out of my expertise and job description, but I can mimic it. I knew it. I wanted to pour coffee on his face, but now I feel a bit better. Right, and if you are really going to try it, be careful. The security is intense. You could get arrested just for keeping your hands in your pockets. Then again, today, my secret power will remain hidden. Anyway, raising subscription fees is a pretty big deal. I was thinking of subscribing to a hologram figure for my lonely room, but with increased fees, it'll be tight. Same here. Really? Eves are relatively free from LDS, so do you really need to subscribe to Neoshine? It's only relatively free. If our condition worsens, data loss occurs, and we could have problems more serious than humans. Plus, I've got someone to look after. You mean Remy? Remy's family. It's a cat. Does being a cat mean it can't be fun? You'd better watch your words in front of Remy. Bray showed her claws, adopting an aggressive, cat-like stance. Please forgive me. I'll make an exception this time, because I'm generous. Anyway, if the subscription fee goes up, I'll have to give up on the item I was planning to buy. What were you thinking of getting? Of course, collaboration, Mark. They are doing a collaboration with a neural stimulation unit for Eves. They announced that pre-order will start on the day the last episode airs. The things people come up with. What do you mean the things people come up with? This collaboration project that is amazing. They said when the empathy unit activates and overloads, it checks your cognitive abilities, creating the illusion of transforming. It's basically another way of saying you must buy this. What on earth does that mean? And added expressions shakes cognitive abilities and illusion of transforming. Seriously suspicious. You are making a fuss over nothing. Besides, considering the ships you usually use, I don't think you are in a position to talk. What do you say? Those are legitimately released VR chips, you know. I didn't even put them there for you to see. You just looked at them on your own. I have no intention of respecting your taste. But if I may give you a piece of as if he didn't want to hear it. Did you foresee what I was going to say? And can I ask for a simple reply? I need to create an excuse to tell both. Sure, bears are always welcome. Please request create an excuse for prefix and tell it look 28 accept. This requires 2 units. Then I see. Okay, done. Praise on, you think the name Neon Shine is super tacky? Like a middle-aged man trying to hey, it sounds like a game where each one syllable from Neon's celebrated himself for being extremely witty. It's really a comedy that the person agreeing with that has a repair clinic with a name just as that. Oh. Okay. This what exactly does the stimulation from the empathy unit feel like? I only learned about it in theory, but I was curious. I never studied myself. It's similar to humans. If humans feel it through a muscle contraction, blood flow changes, and hormone secretion, or if that's just replaced by the empathy. Stimulating this directly gives a quiet pleasure of feeling. So, it's like an orgasm. It doesn't match exactly, but it's probably the closest thing. Then what about the collaboration merge you mentioned earlier? I was just curious about what it feels like to transform. They say power sources through you. Sure, whatever. And
Does she equipped with womb force 9000?
I think she can buy it. She should be able to buy it. According to whatever the conversation was telling me, they do have units like that. Especially since she's...
Your voice too small Dore.
Is it? Weird guy. Is it still true? It is almost at max. I haven't moved the settings. Or maybe is it the music? A bit too loud? Check. Okay, maybe that should be better. But yeah, the conversation right now about that new module, I think they do have one Forces 9000 over here that they can install, but they are quite expensive. Okay. And we click here. Complete, receive a good evaluation for the prepared results. Although there were no major issues. Wow, my stiff back feels completely refreshed. Is this what it feels like when Ohara purifies her body with briefs? Is it okay to mention my crude repair in the same breath as something so noble? Crude? You are too strict with yourself. For now, I buy stuff. She wants to get, or wanted to get, a new module that would increase. No, it wouldn't increase. It would.
SOA ショッパー Android.
Yes, for now, yes. Apparently, Eves are like androids that are living in this world. She seems to be living alone with her cat. And she likes a show. I don't know if it's an anime or a regular show about a magical girl. And there's a collaboration between the magical girl and a manufacturer that creates modules for these androids, and it should give them the sensation of transformation without transforming. And she wants to buy it, but prices are going up, so she might not get it. This one. Buff Girl Ohara Hypes Peaks Neural Network Unit or Hasm Buff. Yeah. She's getting a or Hasm Buff. Well, no, she's not getting it anymore. She wants to get it, but okay, yeah. One that allows her to get that sensation. Yeah, she wants this. Oh, I can click.
On the list.
Yeah, Buff Girl, Neural Network Unique or has some buff release. Author W Waifu Mapping. Okay. The hit series Buff Girl Ohara, currently ranking number 1 in streaming charts and real-time interest, is reaching peak hype and of its final on February 3rd, capitalizing on the show's success. This distributor unveiled the collaboration custom unit or Hasm Buff, set for official release on February 4th, the day after the finale. The Hasm Buff draws attention with a design inspired by Ohara's champion belt. Notably, it replaces traditional manual operation with an automatic sympathetic nerve stimulation function via a feedback loop. The product features photonic neural network update technology to control system overhead caused by continuous sympathetic stimulation. Oh yes, so yeah, they're getting that. New DOM for Eve maintenance, D1AL-ogue, fully automated process. Okay, Sunshine Dispatch. Last night, this is the bad corporation that is increasing the prices of stuff. So we are not going to be able to afford a few stuff. And 6th generation. It features real-time continuous calibration. Stated that introducing this will replace outdated imperfect maintenance methods and enable immediate data-driven system recovery and optimization. Okay, they want to make me obsolete. Unidentified component found. Nanocatalyst. Design mismatch controversy. By the noise. Molecular node listed in official blueprints was discovered in the nanocatalyst mandatory inoculated into chromacity citizens. In addition to identification anti-data collection, nanocatalysts perform the core functions of forcibly introducing serotonin secretion in reaction to neotype to prevent light deficiency syndrome (LDS). Precise molecular analysis of recently extracted nanocatalyst samples confirm the presence of an identified element non-existent in the standard specifications released by authorities, while Chroma City authorities maintain it's merely an impurity generated during catalyst aging. Their passive response, failing to provide technical evidence to support this claim, is only amplifying suspicion. So they inserted something else so they can spy on us, okay. I figure as much. Crude, you are too strict with yourself. No one around here can match your skills. Enough prey. Save that all for after you buy me a beer. You make a fusibian when I compliment you. What a personality. I noticed earlier your power unit was screaming again. Aren't you overworking yourself lately? It must be because a lot of zombies have been gathering in front of the shop lately. Zombies? They practically set up camp there. Zombies? You mean flicker patients high on drugs? Usually they just stumble around spouting nonsense. No, those are the blackouts. Okay. It's a state where even radical methods like electronic drugs can prevent damage to the frontal lobe and neural network. You can consider their ego and personality data virtually destroyed. Lately, the media seems to just call them zombies instead of severe LDS patients. Okay, so I've been here for a while, but I just thought they were drug addicts. Okay, I'm new here, so this is looking more and more like the arc in Nikke. With Nikke's requiring repairs, we don't seem to have a sun, so we are probably underground. And the Infinity Dome or Dome of Eternity is not working properly, so we are suffering from life deprivation syndrome. That seems to be the case. Drug addicts are probably better off than them. Aren't they both equally in the gutter? At least junkies have their own infinite love for drugs left. Blackouts are worse. Infinite love. Seeing them throw away family, lovers, and property without hesitation, isn't that the perfect expression? It's like if it's not you, the world doesn't matter. Truly an impossible devotion. In contrast, blackouts are like empty shells with even their desires gone. They wander around following the light by instinct, and when they find neon shine, they swarm like gnats and won't leave. Chasing lights, yes, they still have at least minimal desire left. If you saw them, you'd think I'm exactly right. They aren't moving to find light. It's just that it's the only stimulus left that they can react to. If they crawl around looking for light normally, maybe you'd be right. Of course, they would become something even more terrible. As I recall, the shop you work at has a floor-to-ceiling glass window on one side. Right. And clearing away the gnats that gather there is one of my daily tasks. That's probably the cause of 80% of my power unit overloads. And the other 20% is because the idiot removing the streetlights? Exactly. Every day must be tough. It gives me a headache just thinking about how much tougher it's going to get. You know what? Happiness and unhappiness are influenced more by future events than the present. Wasn't that a study on human psychology? Humans and apes are pretty much the same. Do you realize that statement conflicts heavily with your critique of my taste before the repair? I come back because I respect it. My head feels like exploding as it is. Do you have to make me say useless things? If you plan to keep me wrecking me to rip off repair fees, you better be prepared. I'm sorry. Customer Pray Emery. Stop joking. I have to go now. Even a justified absence is a problem if it drags on. I don't want to get fired and become a zombie rubbing my face off against a glass window. By now, the streetlight idiot should have left the shop too. You are sharp. Good sense as always. It was a pleasant conversation today, Pray. Me too. See you later, Chris. Pray hurriedly left the door with quick steps. It seems you spent more time than expected, distracted by the chat. It's already time for lunch. Let's take a break. Target moves 28. Parts move count 7. Fusion count 13. Repair time a lot. Wow, the customer comment, Pray. Wow, seriously amazing. What did you just do to my back? It feels like as light as a feather. Okay, let's save it. Next. An Eve stood before me, though there was no sound on the door opening. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All D1AL models are government-affiliated EVs, usually distinguishable by their department mark. I don't see a department mark, but we might see one. But I couldn't see any mark on the Eve before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Okay, I wasn't crazy. I was not crazy. She doesn't have a mark. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy, but I reacted unusually sensitively to that mark. Pray says I look at that mark with the eyes of a sinner, which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. Norca. Fits her colors. You wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I am Orca O'Hara from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. And O'Hara like the one in the product, suspicious product. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I am a bundle equipped with multi-purpose functions like other EVs to reduce citizens' aversion. Rescue, you had quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough facts. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized D1AL models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. That's because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the motto Universal Fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the power exoskeleton during entry. This is for the instantaneous thrust engine and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model, but Orca seems unaware of it and chattered excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that, nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course that wasn't it. Really, I didn't feel it was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government-affiliated EVs. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll put up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. Perhaps because everyone is preparing for Polar Night Day, the streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day, one of Chroma City's prides and the pride of prides. A holiday unique to the city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. Did you come from Did you go for sightseeing before? You don't have to say it if it's hard to talk about it. No. A few years ago I visited Chroma City due to an support request. It just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities? Yes, back then I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was a complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival were shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky and below it, explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, a screen mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the tragedy, and most of the crowd was intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. The organizers, who knew about the accident, went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget. The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of the Chroma City's prides. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging. But they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured into the council just because an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left in Chroma City are patience. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. So it's hard for the story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures but on impulse. Rather than talk of neon shine subscription fees or utility bills, I can't accept it rationally, yet I can't help but empathize experientially. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary day life. True, I agree with that. Hence what I am playing. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day, and tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable, because they are tired of reality. They close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now. Wanting to run away from pain is one of many of human instincts. Oops, I sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired TNDLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? Or Forecast request, forecast regulation, target 35. Oh my. Oh my. On the tail area. 2, 3. We start with this one. I see. Chris, I completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. Wait, she's holding her tail, an orca tail. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with neural elements. It's very sensitive. Oh dear, I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I maintained a DNDLS. Tendrils. I will say tendrils. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Maybe 3 for this one. Does this count as one move? I wonder. No. Okay. So the plan is don't do them together. Do 2 and then 1. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. One here. Each Tendrils model had one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I often see animal ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. The eaves of the Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Recovery Agency to which I belong are all Tendrils models, and we have tails like me. That's fascinating. Usually, what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris or break down walls to enter. For something used for such rough purposes, didn't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is high-strength special alloy, so it's fine in the field, but when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. Huh. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful to work delicately. It wasn't a ha, it was a ah. Okay. Now we need... What do I need? This kind of maintenance is my first time. I see. I shouldn't say it, but it's also mine. what to do, what to do. I overmove. And I don't know why. I never felt this way. No, I wanted to read that. Chris, as you said, it was a regular checkup. Oh, I forgot to check, but there were no major problems, so it finished quickly. Oh, that unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down has disappeared. No, it's more than that. It's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interesting look on your face right now. Orca's reaction was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation when speeding through the city centers on a bike. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly? You have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes. In Luminance City, my buddy was riding a bike to get some air on my days off. I don't have a car in the first place, and I like bikes. And I prefer the openness of a bike to the enclosed space of a car. That peculiar stimulation where the gaze of the others mixes into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides, it feels really good. Every hobby has its own taste. So she likes being open. I guess she liked what we did too. I apologize for the roughness during the maintenance. No, it's just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model, because you kept talking to me in between. I felt reassured at the end, and it didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much for this level of effect. Orca started stretching her body here and there, as if to show off. A careless eve in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not that bad deal. Actually, I didn't do much. I just replaced a few neural units to suit the environment lacking photonic data. You mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. But both human and Eves cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to Neon Shine is practically essential in Chroma City. So that's why my colleagues asked if I subscribe to Neon Shine. Because unless it's Chroma City, you won't have problems due to lack of light. So only in this city do we have that. The other cities are fine, okay. They made survival a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Still, Eves are a bit better off. Humans can't fall into depression if Neon Shine is cut off for just 2 days. They called it LDS, right? Correct, it stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. The body's signaling system gets tangled, and for Eves, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to the city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me and Eve to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar, just a difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones, and the medical measure called defibrillation is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called human, moving by electrical signals as psychological and emotional judgments, changing according to the hardware environment, are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and apes. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of dialogue. Anyway, you said today was your day off, right? That's right, I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally it's a break. Actually, if there are no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving along sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. I saw it on the way here. The name started with You mean Retro Giant? Retro? What was it? Trojan. The pronunciation is a bit off. Ah, is it that Trojan from the Trojan horse? It's as unusual a name as this place. Right, I heard from the owner that it's a combination of retro and Trojan virus. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into a flashy high-tech city. Wow, hearing that it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hand-drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city. Interesting. And one more thing, avoid places with too many people. In this season, the scenes of people densely gathered often lead to the sight of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive, even if they are stability officers. Thinking of this city's stability officers as police in the other cities, that's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year and atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, okay? Thank you, see you next time. It's already evening, I should call it a day. Okay, I'm going to 25, good. Repair time a lot. Is it already done? Oh my, your touch was so delicate. I didn't even realize I was being repaired. Nice. December 15th. It's dark and gloomy all day again today. Now there's hardly any sunlight anymore. It's hard to even see a great night. I should say there are new stuff over here. Mayor Lucas, Eve are partners sharing souls. Sigmund Pact 15th anniversary. Outdoor CCS Chroma City Standards. Yesterday, the 50th anniversary ceremony of Sigmund Pact, symbolizing the harmony between humanity and artificial intelligence, was held at Chroma City Central Plaza. Taking the podium, Major Lucas reflected on the significance of the pact, calling it a historical turning point where simple computational devices known as EE, electrical entity, evolved into EVE, electric viral entity. True photonic neural networks becoming recognized as beings with independent personalities. He emphasized that EVE having moved past an era of discrimination to guaranteed legal rights are key citizens supporting the eternal night of these cities alongside humans. He concluded with a message hoping that through the rational coexistence perfected by Sunshine Corp's technology, the next 50 years will also lead to an era of prosperity without discrimination, drawing cheers from the citizens and its gathered in the plaza. Exclusive natural LDS confirmed impossible. Suspicion of nanocatalyst intervention. Yep. You do suffer from LDS, but it's not that bad. You simply, your body just doesn't produce a few stuff, vitamins, I think, vitamin D. It's not condensed when there's no sunshine, but other than that, there's no problem. Medical opinions suggest that chromacidis light deficiency syndrome may not be naturally occurring disease, are causing a stir. Following consultation with specialists from external cities, analysis indicates that simple lack of light cannot cause irreversible nervous system damage. The severe stage of LDS given human physiology. Experts pointed out that while stage 1 dimming lethargy due to serotonin deficiency is possible, stage 2 flickered cognitive impairment and stage 3 blackout frontal lobe shutdown fall outside the scope of general neurological disorders. Consequently, suspicions are deepening that the unidentified molecular components in nanocatalysts mentioned in previous reports are intentionally accumulating metabolic waste in the cerebellum to artificially induce LDS. Notice Polar Night Day, intensive crackdown period announcement, Urban Stability Agency, USA. This is an announcement from the USA. In celebration of Polar Night Day, Chroma City's largest festival, a special intensive crackdown period will be in effect from today until the end of the festival. The measure aims to prevent social disorder during the festival and maintain the homeostasis of the human system. During this period, nanocatalyst scanning by stabilizers will be significantly intensified across Chroma City. In particular, illegal procedures under the guise of LDS prevention and the use of distribution of unauthorized private neon shines are strictly prohibited. Citizens are requested to fully cooperate with scanning procedures as temporary checkups installed in each district. Warning: any act of detrimental to the stability of the urban system will be subject to immediate administrative action without exception. If I stay still, I'll only feel more drained, so let's hurry open up shop. Open for business. Initial our mom and dad saying they won't come to see the chromatic Zenith again this year. Just like every year, yeah. What about you? Needless to say, me neither. I really don't get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year, even when we said we didn't want to go. You know how many years ago that was. Mom and Dad are getting old now, so it's hard for them to go to crowded and chaotic places, and I am too far away to go. So, if you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend? You are picking a fight with me right now, aren't you? Look at your age. Go outside and meet people. Oh no, this isn't directly targeting. I'm catching strays. Even better if it's a woman. You're gonna stay up all night in your room drinking beer forever. The day I'll fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I won't open my eyes ever again the next day. An article will pop up on the main news page. Victim Chris J. Hayes, 22. He's 22 and they are, oh my goodness, I thought he would have around 40 or something. Found in a motel with organs harvested. That lack of confidence of yours is a problem, Chris. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively you are a decent looking black. Let's stuff. So if you want to see the chromatic scenic that much, just go alone. If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight? Then what are you going to do that day? I have no choice but to drown my polar night day in beer while watching Dawkins stream again this year. That's how I'll spend my polar night day. Stream my foot. You are planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Hey, how do you... Wait, Jordan, you've never even been in my room. Hit the nail in the head. No, that's not that. Shut up, you're single too, probably sitting in the corner of your room alone. Hello, Chris. You look like you are in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? Chris? Ah, Miss Leanne. I'm sorry, I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment? A pity. I wanted to share in your joy. You look so good now, but that look on you just had, the one you never showed me. It was such a pure smile. I'm envious, whoever they are. It's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to turn me down every day. The one you often talk about? Miss Leon took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself. Well, if it's a younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her. Anyway, what brings you here today? So she's flirting. I remember you had your regular checkup recently. I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. Yeah, she's into it. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus. That's funny. What if? When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason. I told you I came to replace my processing unit. You said it was a bonus. Didn't you come to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup. Alright, you win. I came here to whine about it. Okay, tell me. For a ridiculously shady repair clinic? Yet you've come back several times, so you must like it. There's a quiet and crowded comfort here. A quiet place, a slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Thanks to that, I can completely let loose. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Saying I have no customers? Yes, it's a compliment. Since you say so, I'll take it as a compliment. What are you whining about today? Miss Leanne frowned as if just thinking about it was unpleasant. That quiet look on your face. Oh, was I? Sorry, when the processing unit connected to emotional expression gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get maintenance first? It's possible, but... Leanne can replace mood swings, yes. Oh my. a little rougher. Okay. Oh, no. I'm wasting moves. Can be a little rougher, okay. As expected, you are delicate. Leon, every time I visit here, you are on the phone with your sister. It's my routine right after opening for business. Picking a fight with my sister. I'd like to join that routine next time. Yeah. You, Miss Leon? I heard that in human society it's polite to greet the other person's family before the main event. I don't know what main event you mean, but your emotion unit is overheating again. Big event? She is very coquettish indeed. So, small ones overheat. As expected, you are delicate. It's whatever she said. You can be a little rougher. What do you think about the increasing romance between humans and eels? Yeah, I knew it. For someone who's never been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract for a question for me to answer. He for sure has or will get the Womb Force 9000. I can feel it. Really? Just that one word for you has completely tilted my opinion of the pro side. Miss Liam, the temperature of your emotion unit is rising. It's dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance. My boy, my boy, my boy. Okay, all are small ones. One here. It's so relaxing. Yeah, but we need a small one over here. You can be a little rougher. I will be. Sometimes. Oh, nice. Expect. Nice. Completely answer first request, okay. The maintenance is done without any problems. Your maintenance today was exceptionally smooth. That touch of yours skillfully probing my secret corners and leading me without giving me a chance to resist. Whose score other than mine have you caressed with such care? The yandere is coming out, oh no. Oh, no. I was going to say he should be paying attention to him, but Nah, that would be a problem because then we wouldn't be able to work on this place. Here is Miss Lian. The customer who visits this repair clinic are the entirety of my social interactions. But it's a blessing in disguise. What is? Thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, it feels like even this bleak place has some life in it. Oh my, saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy. The overload on your processing unit was more severe than I thought. You came to wine, but it was to the point of needing repairs. I thought it would get better once I relieved some stress. If I left the unit as it was, I figured I'd be seeing you soon for the same repair request. So I replaced it with a higher-end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much? Hold on, that's what I'm about to tell you. You know, I work at a pharmaceutical company, right? Of course, I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Lian, every time I do repairs. A new researcher joined the company recently. They say he's incredibly talented or something. Our company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true. The problem is that talent isn't everything. Exactly. He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on the existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed with his papers and research achievements. So my colleagues and I had no choice but to do as he asked. More work for you. That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If he were apologetic and grateful, it would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we are doing work we don't have to do. I wonder if studying so much has fried part of his brain. A while ago, he said a colleague research looked interesting and asked if he could take over the project. It almost turned it into a shouting match, but our colleagues intervened and barely mediated. It's annoying, but thanks to him, we are free from the management's nagging, and we can buy time to improve the product's stability. Office politics. It feels a bit distant to me, maybe for you. From my perspective, Miss Lian, you don't seem so much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about? I like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago. Yes, half of my unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought. You fought? It wasn't really a fight. I just laid him out. He disrespected our project. Said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said that the researchers' talent were being wasted and asked if we had any intention of finishing this research and starting a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. I should have realized when the management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts. So it was a ploy to bring in another expert to break our resolve. That's pretty serious sabotage. Fortunately for them, that Nepo hire's social skills were worse than imaginable. And he failed to change the team's members' mind. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me, even though I threw the first punch. Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated. Watching him call an ambulance by himself because no one else cared. Okay, I thought the punch was like not physical but rather psychological, as in during the argument she said some stuff that hurt him. But now it must have been the guilt that followed me, the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation, and the project's chances of survival dropped even lower. I wondered what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I want to forget everything. Let's just rest. So I came to see you. All I do is listen to you talk like a little. That's enough. And thanks to you, I've already sorted out my thoughts. Thanks to me. A place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. That's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through. And it made me feel that my project shouldn't end here. If the effect of just listening to a story, as you put it, it is this great, our medicine will be great help to the world. Can I ask what kind of medicine it is? I love to tell you. Mrs. Lian's eyes sparkle as if a favorite topic had come up. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self. Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. Oh crap. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. The primary goal is trauma suppression, though there's potential for misuse. It seems so. Right? That's why we are delaying its release. A similar drug already exists, but there are more cases of side effects on use than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as commercial success, sticking to a proven product exactly, he made almost the same argument. His logic is that as long as it passes safety inspections and says well, who cares how it's used? In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself. I take a few pills myself, but that attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary backlog to an ordinary consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamin I take. Since I hardly see the sun, I guess it must contain vitamin D. And vitamin D, I have no idea. The drugs available on the market dual memory that are dramatically imprinted on the user. When you try to recall them, the recollection process is interrupted or blunted. It's similar to when you dream with an Eve's photonic neural network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you even forget that you are taking a memory suppressant. It's practically amnesia. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can't be used universally, but we plan to market it separately for breakouts or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be misused for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drugs. Losing memory due to a drug, it comes back if you stop taking it, right? In theory, yes, but it seems there are cases where that's not true for the products on the market. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be many people who need this drug, so frequent side effects are unacceptable. Although Chroma City is damn dark all day long, I'm not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital until their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching. Right, many people think of hospital as a place to go for resurrection, but this drug is also aimed at delaying the neurological disorder caused by light deficiency, not just overcoming strong trauma. The blackout phenomenon. Do they call it zombies these days? That's what people usually call it, yeah, I hear. Right, the biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems besides light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulates due to nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the street will be reduced by more than half. Zombie prevention and trauma care sounds good. The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems so good too. It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it has some people arguing that it forces continuous purchase of the drug. They say we need to consider the consumer's financial situation. That makes sense, but your opinion on my search? Miss Lian's eye widened. Don't you think we found a common interest? You can't turn away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you'll end up with nothing left someday. Even today's Miss Lian will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle accidents and finish the project, right? Well, yes. There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart, and it needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. With a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak in both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't, because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medicine you're making was made for situations like that. That's right, it's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from the inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind. I want patients to be like you, Miss Lian. A way to regain some energy to find the courage to face the world again. I mean, I hope they solve the problems they postponed with amended a strong mind and body. Like today's Miss Lian. As they said in a certain manga, right? There's no paradise in the place to escape to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Lian, I hope it turns out just as you wish. You little... why? I thought that was a pretty cool thing for me to say. Miss Lian launched at me. I believe she had no intention of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instantly stepping back. Now that you've said that, I'll be sure to protect the project. Okay, now let's go. Let me hug you a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Miss Lian, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful bow and having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pain unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time, I should go to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Customer Lian. The heat crushing my brain vanished in an instant. Your touch really is special. This was the longest one, okay. I will leave it at this today. I have to get dinner. At least I know what this game is about now. and see when I can. I will have to start structuring a schedule for my streams so I can tackle different games. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great night. I'll see you in 2 days on
See ya.
Tuesday, I guess. Bye bye.